So into the arena is the reigning 2024 European Youth Champion from the edition held in Poreč, Croatia. That is Maloe TERESI, 17 years of age, from Nice. And has enjoyed a fantastic 2024, including success right here in this very town of Budva, after claiming top spot on the podium in the Adriatic Pearl Women's Youth Cup in Montenegro earlier this year. Her opponent is SIKSTUS, the bronze medalist from the 2023 World Junior Championships held in Yerevan, Armenia. She too competed in the Adriatic Pearl Women's Youth Cup in Budva, Montenegro earlier this year, coming away with a silver medal, and that was at 54 kilograms, which tells you that she lost against the boxer who will be coming out of the other corner in this afternoon gold medal bout. So a rematch between two boxers who shared recent history. How significant will their first encounter prove to be? It took place in this very town, in this very venue. TERESI looking for a repeat victory. As for SIKSTUS, she'll be looking for a measure of competitive revenge. The stakes far higher here, of course, because this is to determine the gold medalist in the women's 54 kilogram division here at the Youth World Championships in Budva, Montenegro. So final check of equipment from the referee. Rodrigo Garcia Giron of Argentina with a brief set of final instructions. Now all extras leave the ring. And the two finalists answer the opening bell. This is the gold medal bout in the women's 54 kilogram division. A contest between boxers from France and Russia. The woman wearing red, and immediately timeout called. Even though that's not a signal in boxing, this isn't basketball after all. But she's just left her corner as the woman in blue, SIKSTUS, the 17-year-old from the Lipetsk region of Russia. But had to go back to that blue corner to get her head guard adjusted. The woman wearing red is Maloe TERESI. Two 17-year-olds who faced off in this very town earlier this year in the final of the Adriatic Pearl Women's Youth Cup. On that occasion, it was a woman in red who prevailed. And she, the reigning three-time national champion of France, and those identical credentials to the woman wearing blue. SIKSTUS claimed the women's youth national title at 54 kilograms earlier this year. And the ring craft between these two skillful boxers evident. Looking to score with that right hand off the back foot is SIKSTUS. But two fluid boxers floating atop the canvas of the boxing ring. So plenty of feinting with the feet on the edge of range as they try to draw that lead they can counter. Neither boxer finding the range with any consistency yet because the footwork of the opponent is so good. But then with a two-phase attack, and she kept it going to turn into a three-phase attack. TERESI with success with her straight punches as the feinting continues on the edge of range. Beautiful final left hand out of that reverse 1-2 from SIKSTUS. And again, it's a fantastic atmosphere being generated here at the Budva Sports Center Arena. Brief touchdown with the gloves. Sees our referee from Argentina wipe them clean, and the action will resume without the clock being stopped. Half cover guard being adopted by SIKSTUS as both boxers going in search of single shot successes. Digging away with the backhand was SIKSTUS. As the two of them doing an outstanding job keeping the movement going, and that is why a double phase attack, a three-phase attack may well be imperative here, because such is the footwork possessed by each of these boxers that a single phase attack is being dealt with pretty comfortably by good use of the feet. Just as evidenced there, 1-2 attempted by SIKSTUS, but TERESI had ghosted away by engaging reverse gear. Exchange of backhands during the course of that trade-off. It's TERESI keeping the attack going, tying up SIKSTUS, pulling down on the rear of her head. And it's SIKSTUS who's spoken to about keeping her head up. I think it was rather being dragged down by the reigning European champion TERESI of France in red. On the front foot once again, going in search of that backhand is TERESI. Ten-second clapper sounds in the closing seconds of this opening round. Counter lead right hand was off the mark from SIKSTUS, and that triggered an attempted counter-attack from TERESI. Very good round of boxing from two familiar rivals. And again, some eye-catching combination punching from this woman. As we take a look at some of the action from the opening round. SIKSTUS invariably up on her toes, is a wonderfully picked right hand. Each of the boxers used that shot effectively, but there was an example of the volume punching that TERESI was able to score on occasion. But how about that right left while in the pocket from SIKSTUS? It was that type of opening round. Each boxer with their own moment of success. So there, the scorecards, and it's SIKSTUS who has taken it on a 4-1 split. I thought TERESI would perhaps get more of the opening round than that, but it's a 4-1 split in favor of the women in blue. So the boxers will be aware of that. TERESI out aggressively, but again, each of them doing an outstanding job. Showing wonderful composure, terrific combination, the feet tangling up, and that's why the final right hand from TERESI was able to send SIKSTUS back towards the ropes. But now she's back in the space of center ring, a space where both boxers appear so incredibly comfortable. But TERESI conceding the first on a 4-1 split. Thought it may have been 3-2 the other way, but that isn't how it's being scored by our 5 scoring judges seated around the boxing ring. It was an opening 3 minutes where both boxers enjoyed plenty of success. But now the onus on TERESI to try and do something different to get herself back into this one. Minute gone in the second round, and SIKSTUS so comfortable moving in either direction. Is currently counterclockwise to her right, away from the backhand of TERESI. TERESI trying to close the gap, but again backing up at equal pace is SIKSTUS, and then scoring with a wonderful whiplash of a left jab to the body. Looking for the left-right combination, perhaps not quite accurate, but then the backhand which followed it while moving counterclockwise to her right was right on the money. And SIKSTUS looking incredibly composed up there now, able to move laterally in both directions. Right hand success from TERESI. As SIKSTUS again inconvenienced by a single shot, as she was looking to spin off the line with a check shot of her own. But TERESI, would she be advised to target the body of the taller SIKSTUS? Because SIKSTUS's foot movement is so good, as is her head movement. She's proving very difficult to catch cleanly upstairs. And again, for a boxer who moves so much, good defense with the gloves from TERESI to ward off that incoming backhand from SIKSTUS. But for a boxer who moves so much, perhaps investing in body shots would slow down this beautiful footwork being demonstrated by SIKSTUS in this final so far. So closing seconds of the second round. And it's a fantastic atmosphere being generated by the fans here. Plenty of support in the house for SIKSTUS. 10-second clapper, barely audible. Reaching for the right hand again is SIKSTUS. Coming forward behind high-held gloves, but not able to close the gap is TERESI. Now remember, the first round was scored on a 4-1 split in favor of SIKSTUS. So what has TERESI done differently? Because it was a very similar round to the first. And again, I thought she was perhaps a little unfortunate to only receive one verdict in that opening 3 minutes. But that is how it's unfolded. And the second round, very similar And if anything, the gap was harder to close because SIKSTUS, knowing that she had her nose in front, was up on her toes and maintaining a gap for a greater amount of the second 3-minute round. TERESI never stopped trying to close the gap while going in search of her own offensive success, but a very difficult mission indeed when dealing with such a fluid operator. And it's a 4-1 split once again in favor of SIKSTUS. So as we go into the third and final round, we've got two scorecards that are tied at 19 points apiece, and leading 20 points to 18 on the other scorecards is Diana SIKSTUS of Russia, the reigning Russian national champion, was a European schoolgirls champion way back in 2021. She came away with continental top spot at 40 kilograms. Here she's competing some 14 kilograms higher 3 years later. As all of these athletes, very few of them are in the weight class where they will probably end up as they continue to develop and mature as people and athletes and boxers. But TERESI has got to do something different here because she's trailing 20 points to 18 for 3 of the 5 judges, having lost each of the first 2 rounds on a 4-1 split. Reaching for the left jab but unable to find a range was TERESI. And again, just look at the relaxation as a Hollywood left hook from around the rear of her waistband was shot in from SIKSTUS, couldn't find the range. And again, she's receiving plenty of support from this capacity crowd in attendance here at the Budva Sports Centre Arena. Approaching the halfway stage of the third and final round as TERESI, keeping her shape nicely, was fed a right cross, but that was countered by a left hand from TERESI during that single shot exchange. Hitting after the command of stop from TERESI. Both boxers keen to re-enter the fray after the intervention of the referee. And again, TERESI, given her shorter stature, surprised that she's not looking to work the body of SIKSTUS there. Instead, keen to show the referee that she's not holding, but perhaps a missed opportunity in terms of scoring some points and making SIKSTUS uncomfortable. And the more the clock continues to tick, the more TERESI finds herself in the realm of requiring a stoppage, because she needed a massive final round to overturn the deficit of 20 points to 18 on 3 of the 5 scorecards that she faced after 6 minutes of boxing. It's been a contest of wonderful skill, this. Oh, that's a wonderful combination. The backhand, which was the final shot in the exchange or in the combination, was a rapier-like right cross, and it caught TERESI right on the button. TERESI trying to close the gap once again, but finds herself tied up as the boxers entwined in a clinch. Referee content to allow them to work it out. Big swing and a miss with the left hook from SIKSTUS once again. TERESI back into the mix. 10-second clapper has sounded. TERESI needs a stoppage here. And she really is going for it right up until the final bell, but SIKSTUS's movement was sublime over the course of that contest. And given the context of the scorecards after 6 minutes of boxing, one suspects it is going to be Diana SIKSTUS of Russia who will have boxed her way to top spot on the podium and the Youth World Boxing Championship gold here. Beautiful display of sticking and moving from Diana SIKSTUS. Maloe TERESI never stopped pressing, and again, the scoring of that first round so pivotal in how the rest of the contest unfolded. Here's the verdict.
We go to your judges' scorecards where we have a split decision. In favor of your winner, in the blue corner, representing Russia, Diana SIKSTUS.
So Diana SIKSTUS declared a split decision victor over Maloe TERESI of France. And it is SIKSTUS who is the Youth World Boxing Champion here in Budva, Montenegro, turning the tables on her familiar rival, Maloe TERESI of France, who got the better of her in this very town, in this very arena at the start of the year in the Adriatic Pearl Women's Youth Cup here on the coast of the Adriatic. But here, with the stakes far higher, with World Championship gold on the line. It is Diana SIKSTUS who has taken victory, and it's SIKSTUS who is the world champion. A fantastic silver for Maloe TERESI. And again, not wishing to labour the point, I thought